Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So here I have about a 6-inch piece of maple. It's just a piece of board that I had. It's about 3/4 of an inch thick, and I'm going to make a beaded plate out of it. So here I am marking a 2-inch diameter recess. See, I marked the centers at 3, I marked the 2, and I should have gone about 1/8 of an inch bigger because the 2 inch is actually to the inside of the chuck jaws, not the outside. But I go back and fix that later. So here I'm just using my beading and parting tool to define the edge of the recess, and then I'll go back in with the hole gouge and hollow that out. I just use the parting tool so it doesn't skate back on me if I get a catch. So there's a little bit of a nail hole here with some staining around it, and I think I'm just going to fill that up with a little bit of shavings and just live with it. So I'm just going to put a single coat of spray lacquer on the bottom of it for now, and at the end I will come back and put another couple coats on. So I'm leaving the plate about 1/4 of an inch thick because I have to account for the depth of the beading tool and how deep it cuts into the side of the plate. If I was putting beads on both sides, I would have to make it just a little bit thicker than that. So here I'm using a piece of birch laminate to burn the lines. Now it's a little bit flexible and flimsy to work with. It kind of breaks with the grain. But I have an idea to laminate 2 pieces together. It'll just make it a tiny bit thicker and it won't crack like it does here in a minute, you'll see. Okay, so I'm not sure if I've showed this setup before. I have a board here. Now you have to make sure it's the width of from the headstock to the base of your chuck. And I have a flexible board here. I have this board clamped, the base board clamped to the bedways right there. Flexible piece of, I don't know, might be a 1/8 inch plywood. I have a clothes hanger wire, comes just like a 2-inch length here, comes up the back, 90-degree angle, and I can just turn my chuck to the hole. It locks in place, doesn't move at all. See, like that. Move it up to the next hole, pops in, doesn't move at all. So that's how I put my lines on the front of my plate. Now what I have here, I have a board. Let me see here. I actually made this for my old lathe that I had, but it has just 2 guides on the bottom with wing nuts. I put that in there, holds it steady, and I have this. It lines up with the center of my bowl, and every time I notch it, I make a line right across. Okay, so I'll get you on the stand and you can watch me do that. So I don't want to mark the last one there. So I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11 down. Okay, just like that. So the pattern I have is 12. It's got 12 segments around, and my chuck has 24. So if I just make one mark around, I would only have 2 patterns if I went all the way around. So what I'm doing here, I've marked it all the way around once, so I had 24, and I've divided each segment into 3, so I will have 6 patterns when I'm done. So I'm just gonna take this to my wood burner after. I could mark these on directly with the wood burner, but I would rather do it in pencil and be able to just sit down and chill when I do the wood burning. And then I can just go right on to coloring the pattern. Now I'm not sure what color I'm going to do yet. It's only going to have 2 colors and the wood, of course. So 3 colors. There. Okay. So here is the pattern. It will go this way. It's kind of messy, but it's like a diamond pattern. 2 colors. The white ones will be the plain wood. Not sure if I'll do blue and green, 2 shades of blue. Could go blue and red. Not sure yet. Might do red and black, I think. Yeah, maybe I'll do red and black. Okay, anyway, that's the pattern. So there it is.
Australia's a continent.
Crazier things have happened.
Doodly ding dang do.
Did you guys know that Glenn's a pyrotactician?
No, she didn't.
Bet you didn't know Glenn's been to Big Beaver.
Wouldn't have guessed.
So how'd you like being pupil, Stuart?
Your pupils rolled.
Your pupils, Stuart. Let's show, now.
Whew. All right, everybody. The barge is hot. The show begins whenever I press this little red button.
Where'd you learn how to do all this stuff, Glenn?
Well, where do you think we're in fireworks school? All right, now, let's share the wealth.
For the common good?
For the Commonwealth. Here, here.
So I'm going to start with the black in the little spot where there was a nail hole, just to cover up the staining from the nail. It's a good place to start, and it hides the flaw. So I start by just putting little tick marks where I want to color the blocks black. It just makes things easier, so if I make a mistake, I only have to scratch out or erase the little mark instead of a whole block worth of black. And right about here, there, I make a mistake, and you'll see why, or how much easier it is to clean up that mistake instead of coloring in the whole square and then finding out it's wrong. So I just take my little knife and scrape the very surface of the square, and you can't even see it. And you want to do this as soon as you make the mistake. That way the ink doesn't sink right into the wood as far.
I remember that stair, that glare. Every time I said that. Oh, be careful, Dad, be careful. Go crow. Crow leaks. Okay, that's empty cripples.
Just a little tip here, cut a slot in a wine cork and put it over your blade, and it stays on. And you don't get stabbed by accident.
Okay, finished? You see them?
So just a little reminder here, if you like my content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up and leave me a comment. I love comments. And they help with the algorithm. That means it helps YouTube recommend more videos just like mine.